my goodness, when you hear the thunder clap out here, it is just, oh, it stops your heart. It is so cool. It just echoes it's the loudest thunder I've ever heard. This is insane. This is just, it's just so incredibly good.
I'm sure when I looked at the forecast, it said 0 to 1 millimetre possible, like a couple of showers. We've just been getting absolutely puked on. Lucky the roads are pretty good. They're holding up well in the wet, so pretty confident we're going to be okay. We're only a few k's left to go. And then might be a wet, soggy camp tonight. Well, it's safe to say we weren't expecting this kind of weather on our way in, but what a drive it makes. The ranges in the distance, all lit up with lightning, shrouded in the cloud. It just looks unreal, and every now and then we get these absolute cracks of thunder that rip through the valley and just makes it feel so much more adventurous. Well, don't send out a search party. We made it in here. What an epic drive in. That was so cool. Obviously, conditions aren't ideal. So tonight we're just going to camp nice and close to the homestead. We're just tucked up in one of the campsites really close to the homestead. We've actually got the place to ourselves, which is epic. I mean, the weather might let you know in a secret why. So I was just chatting to Kylie and Charlie that run the place, and they were caught out by the weather as well. They did not expect to get anywhere near this much rain and so many storms coming through. She said normally they just get a storm roll through, like most places, and then it clears up. But we've had about 4 or 5 decent thunderstorms roll through now. So we're just going to tug up here for tonight, just bunker down in the van and have a nice quiet one, and then hopefully if we don't get too much more rain tonight, they said the road should be right to head up into some of the more remote camping that we're here to check out and enjoy, and then from there we'll be able to do some hikes and some four-wheel drive tracks as well. There is heaps to do here. She just ran through it all, and there's so much to do here. I've got to get my head around it all and then I'll share it with you guys. I don't think I've ever done such an easy dirt gravel road that's felt quite as adventurous as this. It was touch and go there for a while, whether to continue or not, but each time we thought about trying to turn around, there just isn't anywhere to turn around, and the road was holding up really well, so we just continued on and made it in. But I tell you what an epic drive into the ranges. I love coming into somewhere like this where you can just see the destination building in the distance across the plains. The ranges were just getting closer and closer. We've got the Hungry Ranges down in the south, and then the Bendleby Ranges to the north. Plenty of emus and kangaroos getting about. I don't know how many of them we were able to get on camera too well. Well, there you go. How's that for a crack of thunder? That's exactly what I was talking about. Absolutely epic. Yeah, look, it's just been an unreal drive. We're so glad to be, even in these conditions, we're so glad to be back in this part of the country. It's got our hearts, this place, and like we said, Bendleby Ranges, not the main Flinders Ranges that you might think of when you think of the Flinders, but somewhere that's been on our list for a very long time. We're only going to be able to scratch the surface on this trip, but it's going to be a bit of a recce for a future trip where we're going to come in prime season and do a much longer stay and explore even more. But either way, it's going to be so much fun to get out and stretch the legs of the Land Cruiser, give it a bit of a test out on some of this rocky terrain. They've got some really gnarly tracks here, and I'm keen to try out as many as I'm game. I don't know if I'll go all out, but we'll see how we go.
Bendleby Ranges is just putting on a show tonight. This is insane. If this is what we're in for, I'm so bloody excited. You get these rain, like the rain clouds coming down are orange and golden with the sun glowing through them and hitting the ranges, and it's just lighting everything up. And then in the background you get lightning strikes. It's just unreal. There was a rainbow out here just before. It's 8:30 and I haven't even put the kids to bed yet. I've been so busy taking photos and having a yarn to Charlie, who is the property owner. Oh, wow. Like, look at this.
It's a bit high to get in. Well, good morning. What a show nature put on for us last night, eh? We got the most incredible sunset and lightning storm out there. That was really cool. Charlie, the guy that owns and runs the place, came and had a few beers with us and a bottle of wine. So things escalated. It was a good night though. So a bit of a slow start this morning, but this morning we're going to head up to Hidden Valley. We're going to change campsites. We're taking the caravan with us. We got a bit more rain overnight, but it's dried out a bit this morning. So we'll head up to Hidden Valley, drop the van off, and then make a plan from there about some of these four-wheel drive tracks and maybe even a bit of a hike. But first, we're going to get up there. Let's go. Well, what an epic drive in that was, eh?
That was so good.
Honestly, that's probably some of the best full driving and off-roading we've ever done with a caravan. It was that perfect level of challenging and a little bit exciting, but not like you're going to damage or break things. You just had to be careful and take your time. I had to have a second go at one tree on the way in that I pinched the corner a little bit, but apart from that, yeah, it was just take it easy and got in here nicely without any damage or anything, which is the main thing.
Yeah, the tracks are in really good nick, which is so good to see.
Definitely pushing it, getting the caravan up here. There's heaps of campsites we passed on the way up that much easier to get into if you're not up for doing as much of that as what we did. But I tell you what, you get rewarded because up in here, it just looks unreal. We're so lucky that we've got pretty much the property to ourselves at the moment. So
it's only the owners here.
Yeah, so Charlie and Kylie said just head up there and pick whatever site you like. So we've got the pick of it, which is just awesome.
Oh, this is insanely beautiful.
We're up deep in the valley now, right at the top of Hidden Valley. So we've just going for a quick walk around and doing a bit of a scout out, pick out which campsite's going to suit us the best for what's going to look the best, what's going to feel the best, where we're going to get enough solar, and where we can hopefully get a Starlink connection so we can keep uploading awesome content for you guys. Although this one looks like a cracker too, just quietly. Now we thought we'd found it down there, and now we've just come to this one.
I'm calling it. I think this is my new favourite campsite in the Flinders Ranges. This is better than Brackena Gorge. This is better than Paratilna Gorge. Oh, this is so good. I like the second campsite here, the number 2 campsite. I reckon it's the better one.
It's not an easy pick though.
I know, but it's got the best view and it's got the pretty flowers. I want that one.
So all these campsites up here, and pretty much for the whole property from what we can tell, they've all got a good fire pit. These ones have each got their own drop dunny, which is insane, and they supply firewood for you. Charlie was telling us last night, he actually brings the firewood in from New South Wales. It costs him an absolute fortune, but to bring in decent hardwood firewood. Pretty well spoiled for camping. Yeah, and this is just the beginning. I mean, we haven't even touched the four-wheel drive tracks yet. So,
this is just so good.
We're buzzing. This is just our jam. Have a look at this creek we're just walking through here. This dry creek bed.
Look at the gum trees. Look at the gnarliness of that one at the back. I love this.
Yep, so I think we found our camp. We're going to camp just on the edge of the dry creek bed over here, although there's a few puddles in it at the moment with all the rain we've had. We gave it a couple of hours this morning for the tracks to dry out a bit. They were still pretty wet, flicking up mud everywhere, but...
that was mostly around the homestead though.
Yeah, definitely.
Once you got up into the four-wheel drive tracks, it's all gravelly and hard-packed.
A lot more gravelly, yeah, that's right, yep. I'm buzzing. If this is the easy bit to get in here, I just can't wait to see what else we're going to find and get up on some of these ridges. We're down in the valley now and just surrounded by these awesome ridge tops.
I'm so happy that we're here. This is just like everything you'd want from a trip to the Flinders, but we're just here for such a short time.
We'll be
honestly,
back.
If you're coming, you need at least, I don't know, but
I reckon 5 nights minimum.
I was going to say I was going to say 4 to 5 minimum.
Yep.
Minimum.
And easily do a week to 10 days.
Oh, and they've got the facilities for it too. Like you've got firewood, there's bore water here, there's flushing toilets and stuff.
I think
down
Charlie
the front.
was saying, we'll have to double check, but I think Charlie was saying he's got drinking water here as well.
Yeah, okay. I'll double
yeah.
check and...
There's definitely bore water, but I think Charlie said he's got access to drinking water and he's hoping to be able to have fuel here soon as well, which would be awesome. So if you've got an off-road setup and you just want to sort of get a bit of a feel for going off-road with your caravan or camper trailer or whatever it is, this is a perfect place to do it because they've got every track. And then even once you unhitch as well, just for general full driving, there's everything from like the most easy beginner tracks right through to the really gnarly, like 10 out of 10 difficulty stuff. So it really caters to everyone. They've done such a good job. Like,
yeah,
we had high expectations for this place. We've been wanting to come here for a very long time, and we've only been here less than 24 hours, and it's just busting it out of the water. It's just, frustrating. We've only got a couple of days here, but we're going to make the most of that. And
I'm just going to recalculate how long it takes to get to Bustleton.
How long will the Nullarbor take? Is it worth waiting another 24 hours to get a good tailwind? I reckon it might be, just quietly.
Absolutely. Let's just stay a little bit longer.
Right, let's get into camp.
How good does our setup look with a bit of mud on it? It's so, this is what we built this setup for. Expeditions like this. There's mud, and most of what came on yesterday got washed off. It's caked on up here. I've just kicked.
Can you imagine?
I've just kicked the mud off here.
Can you imagine, like, have a look at this. Can you imagine without the stone stomper? Like, this is how much mud sprays up on the front of the van, and all this here, all this on top of the toolbox. And this is just what flicks up past the stone stomper, and how, like, it stops a lot, but yeah, it's, yeah, pretty hectic.
We were saying yesterday, we were surprised at how well the wrap on the car, like as soon as the rain hit the mud on the car, it just washed off everywhere except where there was like overhangs on it. So like see here, everything above the black overhang is clean and everything below it is filthy. Just as soon as water hits it, it just cleans off, which is pretty cool because we're not real good at cleaning our setup. So yeah, pretty happy with that. That's awesome.
We've just had a really chilled out day in camp. Liz got a bit of design school done and then chilled out and read a book for a bit. I actually snuck in an afternoon snooze and the boys were just playing around camp, mucking around in the hammocks and all that sort of thing. We were keen for just a day of doing very little and chilling out around camp, so that's exactly what we've done. Now late afternoon, we're gonna cook a bit of dinner up just on the fire pit, just have a really quiet night. I'm so glad that we were able to squeeze this into our trip over west. Alrighty, gonna get some chicken on for the kids and then some steaks for us too. Gonna have some scotchies tonight, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. As most of you would know, any food that comes off a fire, cooked over fire, always tastes way better. So when we get around to cook it on a fire like this, we just put a heap of chicken on. Obviously the kids aren't gonna eat 4 breast fillets tonight. We always plan for the leftovers because it makes unreal lunch meat for having on wraps and sandwiches and things like that. So yeah, heaps on there. We just throw a bit of chicken stock powder or Vegeta we use just to season it. It gives it a really, really good flavour. It works really well, pairs really nicely with the charcoal flavour from the grill. And then, yeah, like I said, just makes really good leftovers and it just comes out so juicy and tender. It's really bloody good. We love it.
So good. So, so good. Just trust us. Vegeta on your chicken. It's the way to go.
How is it?
Too good.
Too good?
Delicious.
All right, well the chicken's a win. It's kid approved, which is always a tough one. We're gonna chuck our steaks on now. So what I've done is I've taken the grill out that I had the chicken on, and I've put another grill in that's gone in a bit lower, a bit closer to the fire, a bit closer to the coals to get the temperature right up to sear these steaks off nicely. They're only thin little Scotchies, so I just want to cook them really hot and fast and only leave them on there for a minute or so and they will be done. We like our steak pretty rare. As far as I'm concerned, as long as it's warm in the middle, it's cooked.
Now do you sit and watch it?
Yeah, now you just enjoy watching it. Look what I've created. All right, job done. They're looking pretty good. Look at that. Can you see that from back there?
Yeah.
All right. Some meat done. We'll chuck a couple of bits of wood on the fire and get a fire happening and enjoy it. And the kids have got some marshmallows to cook, of course.
That's definitely the last one for you though.
How was the marshmallow, Jamesy?
Good.
How much did you get in your hair?
One.
Absolutely stunning spot. We've just said a few times how good it is and how good it feels to be back out in the bush camping like this.
It's time to head out for a four-wheel drive. We're gonna leave you guys here. That's gonna be next week.
Thanks heaps for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help us out, and over half of you that watch our videos aren't subscribed to our channel. We would really appreciate that.
We'll see you next Sunday.
We'll see you next Sunday.
Listen to that. I'm just gonna do some vlogging now. I'm just doing camera roll.
Yeah? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Good. I love how you say 4x4 instead of 4-wheel drive. I think it's really funny. Tell me when.
Yeah.
Good. For sure.
Sort of. You're more of the focus. People don't care about the meter.
Yeah, they do.